we pop into CaD'Oro. It's one of the several important museums in the city. It's a former palace. It was closed for 3 years for complete renovation, and now it's reopened. Here's the ground floor, which is where the items would have been loaded on in the old days when it was a working palace. The ground floor serves as a warehouse of sorts. And then we take a break for lunch. Oh, this time we're having Chinese food. Some of us anyway. You can get all kinds of different cuisines in Venice. It's not only Italian. Of course, anywhere you go, you'll always find Chinese food. And our Hawaii travelers love to experiment with the different Chinese restaurants of the world we find as we travel. And we also love to eat some of that great Italian food. And shortly we'll bring you into one of our favorite restaurants in Venice. The doggy cam, dog's eye view of the streets. There's plenty of dogs here. Notice this covered walkway. It's a sottopatego. Again, it's the density of Venice. Sometimes they'll build houses right over the street. Yes, this is a street. It might look like a sidewalk to you, but these are the calle, the streets of Venice. Another tradition is the baccaro. It's a little stand-up wine bar that has snacks for sale, kind of like pupus or tapas, and it's quite inexpensive. You don't have to spend a lot of money when you're traveling in Venice, surprisingly enough, especially when you shop in those local neighborhoods that we've just been showing you. There are some parts of the city that get quite crowded, like especially the mercerie. Are you getting hungry yet? Well, we're going to bring you to our favorite restaurant in Venice, Fiascheteria Toscana, and introduce you to our favorite waiter, Roberto. He is one character of the city. He's funny, charming, experienced, and intelligent. And notice his wine pouring technique. The first pour goes into one glass, and he'll swirl it around and examine it, and pours it into a second glass yet. Check the color, make sure it smells okay, and then pour this first bit into a third glass. You've never seen that before. Aerate it, sniff it, check it out, make sure that it's okay for the client, and then pour the customer's glass and start aerating it. Meanwhile, we're digging into a fabulous meal, fresh pasta with scampi. Roberto gives the wine a good swirl. Look at this frothy foam to get some air into the wine, accelerate the breathing process for you, and present it in grand style. It was fabulous, you can believe it. Fiascheteria Toscana. Terrific service. It's just near the Rialto. You can sit outdoors in the garden if you're fortunate enough to make reservations, or you can sit indoors or upstairs. It's quite the famous restaurant. And at the end of our wonderful meal, Roberto bids us arrivederci. Complete service from start to finish. What an experience.
Have a nice evening.
Nearby at the Rialto, you'll see some picturesque outdoor restaurants, but the food here is merely tourist quality. Then we ran into a local gal named Laura.
You live in Venezia. You like it? You like Venezia?
Così così.
Così così.
Troppo calma.
Calma, yeah.
Calma.
Boring. A little, yeah. Well,
As evening settles in on the city, the Mercerie, the main street, is still quite crowded. A lot of the shops are open at this hour, and many people are heading to the Piazza San Marco, for some music. This is another activity that is really worth doing. Waking up to our second morning in Venice. Now, this is real luxury to have 2 days and nights in Venice. You've got to stay for at least that long to see the sights that we're presenting in the program. There's so many things here beyond just the Piazza San Marco that a typical tourist sees on a bus tour. And this view is among my top favorite sights in the world. We always like to visit the glass factory behind the Basilica to sit down and relax in their air-conditioned showroom and watch the free presentation.
Very solid, very resistant. Pieces are so strong you can throw them on the floor. You see? You won't see because it breaks. We don't make them breakable or else we go out of business. We sell shoes next year, no more glass. This is a beautiful lamp.
The glass is one of the practical souvenirs you can purchase in Venice and bring home and use it, pour some wine for your guests, or maybe even hang a chandelier in your house.
So that takes care of the gifts of Murano. Each single piece has the guarantee from the Chamber of Commerce of Venice, because here you get written guarantees of original works of art. In the shape, it's the same, you can use that for 10 o'clock. Or you bring better they will. It costs $400. And $400 includes packing, shipping, insurance. You don't have to carry it. These are all the beautiful Venetian. Here I show you some Venetian beads. But looking through in the other room, we have the largest selection of jewelry. These are necklaces that you find only by us. You can pass them around. If you look carefully inside, you find a special mineral. It's called aventurina. It was discovered something like 700 years ago. It's made with copper and gold dust. They cost, first of all, 3 hours of work. If you look carefully, each bead is completely different. I have a few more in the black color.
Well, you certainly don't have to buy anything here, but it's fun to look and sit down and relax and rest for a bit. If you want to buy something, all the better, like Mary with her decanter and glass set. We're riding along on the Vaporetto right down the middle of the Grand Canal because, well, unfortunately, boo-hoo, it's time to leave Venice. We've had a splendid couple of days here. Hope you've been tuned in for our World Traveler coverage of this grand city. Our tour started out in Rome and then went to Florence. We've enjoyed Venice. Now we're moving on, leaving Italy behind. After a week in Italy, we're going to be heading north into Switzerland, right up into the heart of the Swiss Alps, where we'll stay in Lucerne for 2 days and 2 nights. At our beautiful Hotel des Balances right on the waterfront. And then continuing on our journey, we'll go to Paris for 3 nights and we'll end up in London for 3 nights. You're watching World Traveler. It's photographed by the Hawaii Geographic Society during our regular trips, and these trips are all open to the public. If you'd like some information about them, we're going to display our phone number coming right up at the end of the program, so get a pen and paper handy and jot the number down. We'll send you our booklet and information about Hawaii Geographic Society. The Grand Canal is lined with former palaces, most of which today are either private residences or some hotels or some museums. There's some churches here, and some of the buildings are actually empty. After all, the residential population of Venice today is about 1/3 of what it was at its peak a few hundred years ago. But the tourist population makes up for that and then some. It is a busy place. It's always popular because it's such a wonderful place to visit. So don't let the crowds throw you off. It's possible to get around them, no problem.